guys, we are at Prewett Creek RV Park. Let's check it out. Okay, we are going to take a walk through this fantastic RV park in Cascade, Montana. I'm excited to show you around. Like always, I'm going to show you the best campsites, all the amenities, and everything that's going on. This RV park is amongst the rocky cliff sides here in the Cascade, Montana region. It is absolutely a beautiful spot. This is a fisherman's dream. Down on the other side of the road here is the Missouri River, which is just beautiful. It is full of incredible scenery, and this in itself is quite the awesome experience. The RV park is located about 35 minutes from Great Falls, about 10 minutes from Cascade, and there's also another town not too far away called Craig that is a big fishing town. All right guys, my first tip is actually about locating the campground. You'll find that it is actually hidden in the back, and if you're coming say from Canada and you don't have a data plan, there's no road sign. It doesn't say Bighorn Drive or anything. You've got to look for the Missouri Inn sign, and right next to it they just added the Prewett RV Park sign, so you can see that a little bit better. But if you look for the Missouri Inn, that's probably the easiest thing to spot, and then you can turn down in here and the campground is in the back. Most of the spots are back-in spots, but there is the odd pull-through spot. We landed site 7, which was right next to the washroom facilities. We don't need the washroom facilities, but it was nice for the laundry, very close access to the laundry. I thought it might bother me having like people in and out of the washroom, but really it didn't bother me at all. The site has water, sewer, and power. One thing that has been really cool about camping here is that you can be sitting in your camper and all of a sudden there is a swarm of nature all around your windows. This is one of their pull-through sites, and what I think is one of their best sites. One of 3, I think, that are top on my list, although all the sites are fairly similar. They all have a wonderful view of the landscape, but this is site number 10. If you're looking for it online, my parents actually were just down visiting and they stayed in this spot. It was great. All of their windows looked out at the landscape, which was just awesome. This is my second favorite site in the camp. This one has a back-in spot, but it has quite a bit of distance. Like if you need to make your way in, you've got lots of backup space that allows you to maneuver your trailer in. But then you've got pretty much an unimpeded view of this beautiful rocky area with no other neighbors on this side. This tree here is actually a crabapple tree. The apples bring in the deer and actually bear. So do be careful if you stay in these front sites. There can be a bit of both deer activity, although deer activity can be amongst the entire campground, but there has been apparently bear activity. We haven't seen the bear, but we were told that there was a bear here one of the first nights we arrived. And our third favorite site is right next to 11. It's actually number 1 and has the same kind of view. It's just not quite as big as some of the other sites. It's not pull through and has a little bit tighter maybe of an area to try and get yourself maneuvered. But then the location is great. No neighbor over here, just a beautiful view right there. And we'll give kind of an honorary mention to site 20. 20 is a nice site. The only downside of 20 is it backs against a fence and you've got a bit of trees over here, but you are in a nice kind of quiet nook with not a lot of people in your space, and you can still, even with the trees, get a good view. You will also notice that there are no fire pits here. There are no open fires at all. You can use propane. Anything propane is fine, but we weren't allowed to use a briquette grill or anything like that. So make sure if you want to cook outside that you have something to cook on that's propane only. The nice thing about the whole campground is there really isn't a place to be that you wouldn't have some form of view. They have probably one of the best laundry rooms that I've been into yet. Let's take a look. It's very neat, very tidy, well kept. That chair is actually comfortable. There is a little book pile here. I borrowed a book and finished a book in the time I was here, which was great. And everything is in full working order. I think this is the first laundry room that had everything in full working order. Now they only have two, so when one goes down, it does kind of hurt your numbers, but nonetheless, they're all working, which is great. But a really nice room with little cute camping touches and even just the iron sitting here. Like, how sweet is that? If you have to work from the trailer, the campground does have amazing Wi-Fi service, or if you just want to be able to access something like YouTube TV or Netflix, we've had no issues with our Wi-Fi. It's honestly been excellent. Nature is abundant here. Expect to see it nightly, and not just any nature. You're going to have very close-up experiences with deer, bighorn sheep. When you are viewing the nature, make sure that you are doing so from a distance and you're not feeding the wildlife. That is actually illegal in Montana, but seems to occur here a fair bit. But it's actually a neat experience to be here with how much nature appears. You can be sitting at your table and all of a sudden there's 10 deer in front of your yard. We did eat a couple of times at the Missouri Inn restaurant and bar, which is incredibly convenient on arrival days. And the food was amazing. The service was super fast. Everybody was working really hard and it was honestly excellent. Highly recommend. So convenient, and it's actually open. Sometimes that's, small towns, you think it's not going to be open. It's open and it is busy. For your convenience, if you do like to fish, this area is the Missouri River, is supposed to have some absolutely amazing fishing in it. If you like fishing, there is boat rentals here. They are separate to the RV park, but you can stop in here. The rumor I heard today was that it was about $150 a day for boat rentals, or about a little over $600 if you want it with a guide. The thing that this campground really stood out for was its care and maintenance. There was a lot of effort put into bathroom maintenance. Like my dad said to me, he's like, these are the cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen. I was super impressed with the laundry rooms. So a lot of maintenance and care has gone into this, and that was, in thanks to the camp attendant. He was awesome, really great guy. David, thank you so much for what you did while we were here, while you were here. So awesome place to stay for sure. The Cascade, Montana area is absolutely beautiful. There's a beautiful little drive, I think it's called Recreation Road, that is nice for just a brief trip down. The Missouri River is gorgeous, and if you're a fisherman man, you've got it made down here, that is for sure. But this RV park is excellent. Highly recommend. I've really enjoyed the stay here. It is well maintained in such a pretty landscape, and if you want an encounter with nature, this is the place to be. You're for sure to get it, probably nightly. Awesome. Happy travels.